Success can feel like a distant and elusive goal, like trying to grab smoke with your bare hands. You may be putting in the hours and making sacrifices, yet the results seem frustratingly out of reach. It's not always about lack of effort or intelligence. In fact, some of the hardest working and brightest people struggle to achieve the success they dream of. The real question isn't whether you're capable, it's whether something unseen is holding you back. There's a reason you may not be succeeding, one that isn't as obvious as skill gaps or missed opportunities. This reason is buried in the patterns you repeat, the assumptions you carry, and the choices you unconsciously make. It's not the external circumstances that often trip you up, but the internal barriers you haven't yet confronted. These factors are like blind spots. You can't change what you can't see. This reason often disguises itself as small habits, seemingly harmless thoughts or old stories you've been telling yourself for years. It feeds off complacency, self-doubt, and fear, quietly dictating your actions without your awareness. The key to unlocking your potential lies in uncovering these obstacles, shining a light on them, and making deliberate changes to how you approach life. The truth is, the gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't as vast as it seems. It's about identifying what's standing in your way and learning how to move beyond it. That's where transformation begins. Not in changing who you are, but in shedding what no longer serves you. Success is not reserved for a select few. It's within reach for anyone willing to confront these reasons and take ownership of their journey. The reason so many people struggle to succeed often begins with an overlooked but powerful force: the stories they tell themselves. These stories aren't just idle thoughts. They form the foundation of how you perceive yourself and your potential. They influence your choices, shape your actions, and define the limits of what you believe is possible. Consider the small, repeated narratives that play in your mind. Stories about what you're capable of, what you deserve, and what the world has to offer. These stories often begin innocently, shaped by experiences, upbringing, or society. But over time, they solidify into unquestioned truths. A single failure can lead to the belief that you're not good at something. A passing comment from a teacher, boss, or parent can embed the idea that you're not cut out for success. These narratives become invisible chains, holding you back even as you strive to move forward. The most insidious thing about these stories is that they often operate below the surface of your conscious mind. You might not even realize they're there, but they influence your behavior in profound ways. If you've told yourself that success requires connections that you don't have, you might unconsciously avoid opportunities to network or build relationships. If you believe that failure defines you, you may play it safe, avoiding risks that could lead to growth. The key to breaking free is first recognizing these stories for what they are: beliefs, not facts. Begin by paying attention to your inner dialogue, especially in moments of doubt, challenge, or decision. What are the automatic thoughts that surface? Do they encourage you or do they limit you? Write them down. Seeing them on paper can help you separate yourself from these narratives and begin to question their validity. Once you've identified these stories, the next step is to rewrite them. This isn't about ignoring reality or pretending challenges don't exist. It's about choosing narratives that empower you instead of holding you back. If the story you've been telling yourself is that you're not ready, challenge that belief by focusing on your progress, resilience, and ability to learn. Replace it with the belief that you are capable of figuring things out. The way you frame your experiences is critical. A rejection isn't proof that you're unworthy. It's evidence that you're trying and growing. A setback isn't a sign to quit. It's a reminder to adjust and improve. The most successful people have learned to reframe their failures and challenges as necessary steps on the path to achieving their goals. Changing these stories isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. The old narratives didn't form overnight, and they won't disappear that quickly either. But every time you catch yourself falling into an old pattern of thought and choose a new perspective, you weaken the hold of the old story and strengthen the new one. Over time, these new narratives become the foundation for a mindset that supports success rather than undermines it. These stories shape how you respond to fear. Fear is often at the root of limiting beliefs, the fear of failure, rejection, or inadequacy. But fear itself isn't the enemy. It's your relationship with it that matters. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, successful people learn to see it as a signal that they're stepping outside their comfort zone, where growth happens. They've trained themselves to act in spite of fear, using it as fuel rather than a barrier. Start small. Take one action today that challenges a limiting belief or rewrites an old story. If you believe you're not a good communicator, volunteer to give a short presentation or have a meaningful conversation. If you think you're not a natural leader, take the initiative on a small project or offer to mentor someone. These actions may feel uncomfortable, but they're the first steps in building new evidence that supports your new narrative. Success begins when you stop waiting for external validation and start creating your own. The stories you tell yourself are powerful, but they are not set in stone. You have the ability to change them, and when you do, you'll discover that the reason you haven't been succeeding was never about your abilities or opportunities. It was about the limits you unknowingly placed on yourself. Another reason so many people struggle to succeed lies in their relationship with discomfort. Success demands growth, and growth is inherently uncomfortable. Yet most people have been conditioned to seek comfort and avoid pain, which creates a paradox. They want to achieve more, but they're unwilling to endure the discomfort required to get there. Discomfort isn't just a byproduct of growth. It's the catalyst. It signals that you're stretching beyond your current limits, exploring new possibilities, and taking risks that have the potential to transform your life. The problem arises when discomfort is misinterpreted as a sign that something is wrong. Many people mistake the natural unease of stepping into the unknown as a reason to retreat. They cling to the familiar, even if it's holding them back, because the familiar feels safe. Consider how this dynamic plays out in everyday life. You might have a desire to improve your health, but the thought of waking up early to exercise feels daunting. So you stay in bed. You may want to advance your career, but the idea of networking or speaking up in meetings feels intimidating, so you stay quiet. These moments of hesitation add up, reinforcing the habit of avoiding discomfort and ultimately stalling progress toward your goals. Successful individuals, however, develop a different relationship with discomfort. They don't seek it out for its own sake, but they've learned to embrace it as a necessary part of growth. They understand that discomfort isn't a barrier, it's a bridge. It's the price you pay to move from where you are to where you want to be. The key to changing your relationship with discomfort is to redefine what it means. Instead of seeing it as something to avoid, start viewing it as evidence that you're doing something worthwhile. Discomfort means you're challenging yourself, expanding your capabilities, and stepping into new opportunities. When you shift your mindset in this way, discomfort becomes less intimidating and more empowering. A practical way to build this new relationship is to start small. Challenge yourself to do one uncomfortable thing each day, no matter how minor it seems. It could be as simple as initiating a conversation, trying a new skill, or saying no to something that doesn't serve your goals. Over time, these small acts of courage build your tolerance for discomfort and make it easier to take on bigger challenges. It's important to recognize the difference between productive discomfort and unnecessary suffering. Productive discomfort moves you closer to your goals, while unnecessary suffering drains your energy without adding value. Successful people are strategic about the discomfort they embrace, ensuring it aligns with their vision and purpose. This shift extends to how you view failure. Failure is often uncomfortable, but it's one of the richest sources of learning and growth. When you embrace discomfort, you become less afraid of failing and more willing to take risks. You stop seeing failure as a reflection of your worth and start seeing it as a stepping stone to success. Discomfort plays a crucial role in breaking through limiting beliefs. Many of these beliefs persist because they haven't been challenged. See, if you believe you're not good at public speaking, the only way to change that belief is to step into the discomfort of speaking in front of others. Each time you do, you gather evidence that contradicts your old narrative, weakening its hold on you. Resilience is another byproduct of embracing discomfort. When you face challenges head-on, you build the mental and emotional strength to navigate adversity. You develop the ability to stay calm under pressure, adapt to changing circumstances, and persevere in the face of setbacks. These qualities not only support your success, but enhance your overall quality of life. Ultimately, the ability to embrace discomfort is a skill that can be cultivated. It begins with a choice to prioritize growth over comfort, progress over ease, and long-term success over short-term relief. This choice may feel difficult in the moment, but it's the foundation of a fulfilling and meaningful life. Another obstacle to success is the failure to build and sustain self-discipline. Many people confuse motivation with discipline, believing that success requires constant enthusiasm and inspiration. But the truth is, motivation is fleeting, while discipline is enduring. It's not the moments of high energy or excitement that determine your outcomes. It's the habits and choices you make when motivation fades. Discipline is the engine that keeps you moving forward, regardless of how you feel on any given day. It's the quiet force behind consistent effort, the willingness to do what needs to be done, even when it's inconvenient or unappealing. While motivation might get you started, discipline is what keeps you going, ensuring that you follow through on your commitments and maintain momentum over the long haul. The challenge is that discipline often feels restrictive. Many people associate it with sacrifice, deprivation, or rigid routines. But successful individuals have a different perspective. They view discipline not as a limitation, but as a form of self-respect, a way of honoring their goals, values, and potential. They understand that discipline creates freedom. By staying disciplined in the present, they set themselves up for greater opportunities, choices, and fulfillment in the future. Building discipline starts with clarity. If you're not clear on what you want and why it matters, it's easy to lose focus and give in to distractions. Take the time to define your goals and connect them to your deeper purpose. When you understand the why behind your efforts, discipline becomes less about willpower and more about alignment with your vision. Habits play a central role in cultivating discipline. The more you can automate positive behaviors, the less you have to rely on willpower alone. Start by identifying small, actionable steps that move you toward your goals and commit to doing them consistently. Over time, these actions become second nature, reducing the mental effort required to stay disciplined. One common misconception about discipline is that it requires perfection. This belief often leads to all or nothing thinking. If you miss one workout or indulge in an unhealthy meal, you feel like you've failed and might as well give up entirely. Successful individuals, however, understand that discipline is about consistency, not perfection. They don't let occasional slip-ups derail their progress. Instead, they get back on track as quickly as possible, maintaining their overall commitment. Another essential aspect of discipline is learning to delay gratification. Many people struggle with this because they prioritize immediate comfort over long-term rewards. They give in to distractions, procrastinate, or choose the path of least resistance, even when it conflicts with their goals. Discipline involves making choices that align with your future self, even when they're not the easiest or most enjoyable in the moment. Discipline is closely tied to time management. How you spend your time reflects your priorities, whether consciously or unconsciously. Successful individuals are intentional about how they allocate their time, ensuring that their daily actions align with their goals. They set boundaries, minimize distractions, and create routines that support their focus and productivity. This intentional approach allows them to make steady progress, even when faced with competing demands. Accountability can significantly strengthen your discipline. When you share your goals with someone you trust, you create a sense of external responsibility that reinforces your commitment. The act of checking in regularly can help you stay on track and push through moments of doubt or temptation. One of the most powerful benefits of discipline is the confidence it builds. Each time you follow through on a commitment, you reinforce your belief in your ability to achieve your goals. This self-trust becomes a virtuous cycle. Your discipline strengthens your confidence, and your confidence fuels your discipline. Over time, this cycle transforms how you see yourself and what you believe is possible. Discipline is not about eliminating all enjoyment or spontaneity from your life. It's about creating a structure that supports your growth while leaving room for balance and flexibility. Successful individuals know how to integrate discipline into their lives in a way that feels sustainable and aligned with their values. They understand that discipline is a tool, not a burden, a way of designing a life that reflects their highest aspirations. Cultivating discipline takes practice, patience, and self-compassion. It's not something you master overnight, but a skill you develop over time. Start by focusing on one area of your life where discipline could make the biggest impact. Commit to small, consistent actions and celebrate your progress along the way. With each step, you'll strengthen your discipline and move closer to the success you seek. There's a pervasive barrier to success, and it's the habit of undervaluing relationships. Many people view success as a solitary pursuit, believing that achieving greatness requires individual effort and independence. While personal drive and determination are essential, the reality is that success is rarely achieved in isolation. Relationships play a foundational role in shaping your opportunities, perspective, and ability to sustain long-term success. The quality of your relationships directly influences the quality of your life. This includes professional relationships, personal connections, and the broader network of people who support, challenge, and inspire you. Successful individuals understand that relationships are not merely optional add-ons to their journey. They are integral to their growth and achievements. They cultivate meaningful connections with intention, knowing that these relationships create a ripple effect of value and opportunity. One of the biggest mistakes people make is failing to invest time and energy into building and maintaining relationships. In the pursuit of personal goals, it's easy to overlook the importance of nurturing connections with others. Yet those who achieve lasting success know that relationships are a two-way street, requiring effort, care, and reciprocity. They prioritize relationships not because of what they can gain, but because of the mutual growth and support they foster. Relationships are a source of inspiration and perspective. Surrounding yourself with people who challenge your thinking, push you to grow, and celebrate your successes creates an environment of continuous improvement. Successful individuals look for people who elevate their standards and broaden their horizons. They understand that diverse perspectives lead to better decisions, greater creativity, and a richer understanding of the world. Trust is the cornerstone of strong relationships. Building trust takes time, consistency, and authenticity. Successful individuals make it a point to honor their commitments, communicate openly, and show empathy in their interactions. They recognize that trust is not something you demand, but something you earn through your actions. This foundation of trust strengthens their relationships and creates a network of support they can rely on during challenging times. Another critical aspect of relationships is the ability to handle conflict constructively. Disagreements and misunderstandings are inevitable in any relationship, but how you navigate them determines the outcome. Successful individuals approach conflict with a mindset of resolution rather than confrontation. They listen actively, seek to understand the other person's perspective, and look for solutions that benefit both parties. This approach not only resolves issues, but strengthens the relationship by demonstrating respect and commitment. Gratitude and appreciation play a significant role in sustaining relationships. Taking the time to acknowledge and thank those who contribute to your journey creates a sense of connection and mutual respect. Successful individuals express their gratitude regularly, recognizing that small gestures of appreciation can have a profound impact. This practice deepens their relationships and reinforces a culture of collaboration and support. Relationships require boundaries. While it's important to nurture connections, it's equally important to protect your time and energy. Successful individuals set clear boundaries to ensure that their relationships remain positive and supportive. They avoid toxic dynamics that drain their energy or hinder their progress, focusing instead on relationships that align with their values and goals. One of the most transformative aspects of relationships is their ability to multiply your impact. Collaboration, partnerships, and teamwork allow you to achieve far more than you could on your own. Successful individuals understand the power of leveraging their relationships to create shared success. They look for opportunities to collaborate, delegate, and contribute to collective goals, knowing that their individual efforts are amplified through the strength of their network. Empathy is a key skill in building and sustaining relationships. It involves understanding and valuing the emotions, experiences, and perspectives of others. Empathy allows you to connect on a deeper level, fostering trust and mutual respect. Successful individuals practice empathy by actively listening, asking thoughtful questions, and being present in their interactions. This skill not only strengthens their relationships, but enhances their ability to lead and inspire others. Relationships are not just about professional or personal gain. They are a source of fulfillment and joy. Successful individuals recognize that the people they surround themselves with contribute to their overall well-being and happiness. They prioritize quality over quantity, focusing on relationships that bring meaning and positivity into their lives. In the pursuit of success, it's easy to fall into the trap of neglecting relationships in favor of individual achievement. However, this approach often leads to isolation and burnout. True success is not just about reaching your goals. It's about sharing the journey with others. The support, encouragement, and connection that come from strong relationships are what makes success truly meaningful. Investing in relationships requires time, effort, and vulnerability. It means being willing to show up, offer support, and ask for help when needed. It means valuing people for who they are, not just for what they can do for you. Successful individuals embrace this mindset, knowing that relationships are one of the most valuable assets they have. When you prioritize relationships, you create a network of trust, collaboration, and mutual growth. This network becomes a source of strength, resilience, and opportunity, enabling you to navigate challenges and achieve your goals with greater ease and confidence. By valuing and investing in relationships, you unlock a powerful key to success that goes far beyond individual effort. Success isn't a solitary pursuit. It's a dynamic interplay between mindset, action, relationships, and resilience. The barriers to success often reside not in external circumstances, but within ourselves, our habits, perspectives, and unexamined behaviors. By identifying and addressing these barriers, we open the door to transformation and growth. Each of these obstacles represents a facet of the same challenge: the need to align your inner world with your aspirations. Success requires more than talent, resources, or opportunities. It demands a commitment to self-awareness, intentional action, and a willingness to embrace change. The path to success isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about recognizing where you're falling short, taking responsibility, and choosing to grow. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. The setbacks and struggles along the way are not signs of failure. They're part of the process, offering lessons and insights that strengthen your resolve. True success is not measured by accolades, possessions, or milestones alone. It's reflected in the fulfillment, purpose, and connection you cultivate along the way. It's about becoming the person who can achieve what you envision, not just reaching the destination itself. This journey is as much about self-discovery as it is about accomplishment. As you move forward, remember that you are the architect of your success. You have the power to reshape your thoughts, adjust your actions, and build relationships that support your vision. The reasons you're not succeeding are not roadblocks. They're invitations to grow, to learn, and to rise to your potential. Embrace them with courage and curiosity, and you'll find that the path to success is already within you, waiting to be claimed.